in January 2006. It's a channel to spread Islam and promote Muslim speakers, and you were able to reach up to 200 million. Later on, yeah, it grew to reach
all the four channels put together.
All the four channels put together. So you had a channel in India, you had a channel in Bangladesh, a channel in...
No, in English, number one first.
Okay.
All were playing from Dubai, another part. Dubai and then London and US. So first channel was in English, 2006 we launched it. And the Urdu was launched in 2009. When we launched Peace TV English, within a few years it reached 100 million viewership. Then we launched Peace TV Urdu in 2009. Within a few years it reached a viewership of 80 million. Then we launched the Bangla channel in 2011, which reached a viewership of 50 million in a span of few years. Then we launched Peace TV Chinese in Mandarin language in 2015, which reached up to 20 million. So all put together was 200 to 250 million. Some common viewers.
Yeah.
So 200 to 250 million was the viewership.
And this is really the last chapter that I want to kind of speak about, because from Peace TV, a lot of things started changing during those times. A lot of things that... controversy started happening, your hijrah, it all kind of started from that route, from Peace TV, and how you became worldwide, and you set the stage, not just going to places, but broadcasting a channel and being able to capture a huge audience. So what happened with Peace TV? Why did it become... You also in 2009 were named the second most powerful person in India, according to Indian Express, a huge newspaper.
Third most powerful religious person.
Religious person, huh?
In the top 100, I was rated number 82. Out of 1.2 billion people, they released the list in 2009, Indian Express, which is a very famous newspaper. Top 100 powerful Indians. In that, I was rated 82. And there's a separate list of the top religious leaders. I was the only Muslim. I was rated number 3. In 2010, I became number 1.
Alhamdulillah. So to a point where in 2012, you had a live event and 1 million people showed up.
Yes, more than 1 million people, yes.
More than 1 million people.
Live
showed up to that event. You became huge. You blew up. That as
Allah's.
Hey, well, I'm giving context to the listener here, and I don't want to really speak about the details of what happened, because I think what's very important here to understand how did it, not just how it grew, but when it grew a lot, other things started happening. In 2009, before that, in 2 years, you were approached by the UK government to help them reach Muslims in the UK. But in 2010, the government banned you because the government banned you a year later. So in 2009, they wanted your help. In 2010, they banned you. And they also fined Peace TV £300,000 for hate speech. What happened? And that's the first incident really of everything else. So I want to speak about the first incident.
You know, the question asked to me yesterday when I was giving a speech at the Islam Center, that what is the biggest hurdle for dawah? I said the biggest hurdles are the politics.
You think so?
No, I think so. I know it. I don't think so. I can give you proof. Yeah. The biggest hurdle are the politicians, whether Muslim or non-Muslim. It's the same. So in 2009, the government that approached me were the Labour Party. That was a little bit pro-Muslims. So they approached me knowing my popularity, so that maybe I can help them. And that was the truth. They did a research and they knew I was popular there. And my channel was popular, so they could not reach those Muslims who were deviated and, want to do suicide bombing and kill people. I said, yes, I'm willing to help you. I have 2 conditions. Don't ask me to do anything against Quran and Sunnah, and I don't want your money.
Okay.
In 2010, the government changed. The Labour Party lost and Conservative came. So their target was, we have to attack Muslims. They were not bothered about anything. So they asked Tariq May, became the Home Secretary. She asked the police, who is the most popular speaker? Zakir Naik. She doesn't know anything. Oh, you banned him. But how can you ban him? He's coming to give a talk in the web. No, just finish him. But we have nothing against him. Find out, scan his speeches. Something he said against the UK law. He said, we have scanned nothing. In fact, we approached him to help us. And this is because I know people in the police after that. There was one person was a Muslim. Then they said, go to CIA. They met CIA. CIA said, nothing against Dr. Zakir Naik. Okay, yet ban him. if he bans, he'll go to court. I will handle the court. That was the end. The right word is excluded, not ban. Excluded is the right word. Because in UK law, ban means they cannot sell my tapes, they cannot show my videos. The right technical word for UK is excluded. Excluded means I'm not allowed to enter UK.
By amount of years or forever?
It's for 3 years only.
Okay.
But then they can extend it if they want. So the right word in UK is, in other countries you say ban means ban from entering. So here the right word is excluded. So we did a case against them. And my lawyer said 99.9% you'll win. They have no chance. But naturally, hiring the lawyers is expensive. So there was a friend of mine who was a fan, a businessman. He said, we'll hire the best of lawyers. And he spent £1 million. But he told, Zakir Bhai, they call me. Yes, as an elder brother. Though he's elder to me. He said, Zakir Bhai, we'll lose that. 95% will lose according to me. Because he has businesses all over the world. He has business in UK. Fighting the government. 95% will lose, but we'll give them a tough fight. My lawyers are saying 99.9% will win. The person who's giving £1 million on my behalf is saying 95% will lose. So I like his taqwa. And we won in the first round, second round, third, and finally we lost. We lost the case, but we won the battle. They could not ban Peace TV.
But what was their allegation?
Correct. The allegation was Zakir spoke so and so thing. Okay? And there were some speeches out of context.
98.
No.
Not the 98 speeches.
They banned me in 2010.
I get it, but wasn't it based on speeches you made in 1998?
98. One was there in 2006, correct? So the lawyer said he was given the visa in 2009. If he made a speech in 98 and 2006 and you're banning now, that means the government didn't give a good job by giving him the visa in 2000. Technically, they had no place to stand. So technically, they were weak. So therefore, the first round we won. But then the government can force the judges. They talk about freedom of speech. So the judge went to the extent of saying, you have hired 3 QCs. If you win, we'll only pay you for 1. Because they have to pay for the charges. So anyway, we won the first round. The second round, they won little and they finally went to the High Court and we lost. But because they knew that we will not keep quiet, they could not ban my channel at that time. So I was excluded from entering. But my channel was continuing, my books could be published, my videos could be shown. I was excluded. They took speeches out of context. And I said every Muslim.
But why do you think they would target you?
Because the agenda of the new government was attacking. There is Islamophobia. Therefore, previous was Labour Party, which was pro-Muslims. Not pro-Muslims helping Muslims, but not attacking Muslims. They were neutral, not pro. It's the wrong word. But the new politicians, conservative, their vote bank was attacking Muslims, like how it is in India. So the main vote bank was attacking Muslims. So they had to attack Muslims. Then they banned him in Sudesh. And so they banned, but I was the first target, because I was the most popular. So we did a case against them. And finally we lost, but they did not attack our channel. Our channel was safe and we continued from 2010 up till 2018 when we decided ourselves to stop our channel because of other reasons, not because of this. So the thing was that we fought the case.
Yeah. And
initially we won. And what we did then, we hired the best publicist.
Best publicist
in the world, Max Clifford. Now, Max Clifford is very expensive. He's based in UK and supposed to be one of the best in the world. Publicist. So when my friend went to him, when he heard my name, Zakir Naik, no, as though indirectly, I don't take cases of Muslims. He didn't say that. No, I'm too busy. The only Muslims case he has taken is of Dodi Fahad, who was linked with Diana.
Yeah.
So he is very good. But when my friend left his office, he Googled and he saw. Then he called him, come back. Okay, I don't mind taking. Then I flew to Paris to meet him because I couldn't go to UK. So I flew to Paris, he came. Very expensive. But I'm not paying money, my fan is paying. So £1 million was all, paying the lawyers, and then he organized my debate in Oxford Union of Debate. I was the first Muslim religious person to speak. So I spoke from Bombay. I could not come to UK. I was live telecast. Theresa May told the president, you can't have this. So the president of Oxford Union Debate, in which Albert Einstein debated. At that time it started. So I was the first Muslim religious person. There have been Muslim politicians who have spoken. So he said, no, it is freedom of speech. You have no right to interfere in our thing. So she could not stop it. She tried to ban the satellite. She could not because there are some rules. At that time, the rules were better. So we had a live telecast and all over the world it was telecast. So that was an achievement. And the paper that spoke against me, next day wrote in favor. So this is all how you manage.
Yeah.
So Max Clifford came and he managed the media. The media spoke in my favor. We had the debate. We won the first round also.
So you see, you started even debating in England through telecasting.
Yeah, so that was this. Anyway, and I didn't want to go because, fine, my channel is there, everything is there.
After 3 years, were you allowed to go back?
No. Technically, I can, but they have to give me visa.
Today, you have to apply if you wanted to go.
But they say, no, the band is just continuing. But of course, technically, it's not continuing. It was for 3 years. But anyhow, I don't want to go because now it's more risky for me. Today, I don't travel in any country until I get an invitation from the head of state. Even Muslim country, because my Prime Minister Modi is very powerful. So if I don't get invitation from head of state, I don't travel. And today, I've got invitation.
We will come to
later on.
India.
Later on, sure.
Okay, so in 20, and we're trying to, in 20...
We are lucky that this time was booked for my lecture, and that didn't take place. I'm free.
Alhamdulillah. You wanted to give us an hour at the beginning. Okay, so in 20, now there are one incident and there are now 2 more incidents. There is one incident that happened, which is the second incident is really linked to the third more or less. An incident happened in Dhaka, in Bangladesh in 2014. There was a terrorist attack.
In 2016.
2016, sorry. 2014 was the BJP.
1st of July.
2016. There was a 1st of July 2016, there was a terrorist organized bombing in Dhaka in Bangladesh. And you had absolutely nothing to do with it, yet the media was turned against you for some reason. What was that reason, and how did that affect you?
In this terrorist attack in Dhaka, in one of the cafes, there were about 21 foreigners, 2 arrests who were killed. And there were two or three terrorists, and one terrorist happened to be my follower on the Facebook. And that time my Facebook had 14 million followers. So a newspaper in Bangladesh, I think The Star, gave an article that one of the terrorists is following Dr. Zakir Naik on the Facebook. This happened in the 1st of January. The 1st of January, the attack came. Because 1st January, late night, the newspaper of 2nd could not publish it. It came in the newspaper on 3rd of January. 3rd of June.
3rd of June, okay.
So 1st June, the attack took place in the night. 2nd June, the paper could not publish it, but maybe the media did. But 3rd June, it came in the newspaper. In the Star. Then on the 4th of June, all the newspapers, all the newspapers, more than 50 in India, started blaming me. Dr. Zakir Naik inspired the terrorist in Bangladesh to kill the 21 foreigners.
Did you say something that, was it based on because he followed you, or was it based on you said something?
The newspaper said he was just a follower on my Facebook. That's it. But the newspaper added their own. So much so that 3-4 days later, that same newspaper clarified. We never said Dr. Zakir Naik inspired. We only said that the terrorist was following Dr. Zakir Naik on the Facebook fan page.
But it's too late now.
No, purposely the media does. Who bothers about that? When they get one statement, what comes after 3 days, who's bothered? Correct?
Yeah.
So the Indian media knew very well. They were waiting for an opportunity. Everything was planned.
They were waiting for an opportunity.
Opportunity to attack me.
Why?
Because of my popularity.